enemy.
Okay, welcome to our first episode of this Universe Online. I'm the host. We're going to start with our first character, and we're going to talk about this great game. But first, we're going to watch this awesome cutscene.
Someone your own size.
Cyborg, concentrate fire on Luthor while I call down some artillery.
I've watched this game and playing this since it first came out, and it's been through some major changes. We'll talk about them here in a moment. And that was Metallo. She just cut that off.
Come on! We've got lots of murdering to do.
And yes, we do have Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, the greats, racing Batman.
Something?
Greetings, sister.
I can't wait for the Black Adam movie to come out. Actually got Green Lantern putting his relief below, the Flash using all the Speed Force, and the Shazam lightning bolt all combining to make such a huge explosion. Now, one thing they did change when they came out this scene, he had him around the throat. He had him around the neck and was hanging him like a lynching.
What's this? Nobody kills the bat but me!
You know, you got people shooting each other with lasers, rocket launchers, missiles, beating the living pulp out of each other, but a rope around the neck is a little too much, apparently. Now, I know we're supposed to have suspension of disbelief, but silly me, I thought basic science was a sound waves to
Madman! Adam! You don't deserve to live! Diana.
Oldest trick in the book. The old kryptonite in the mouth gag.
Beaten by a mere man.
No. You've lost everything.
No. I beat you.
Luthor!
And yeah, if you haven't put that together yet, this is in the future.
Brainiac had returned. For years, he'd been stealing the powers of Earth's protectors, but we were too busy fighting amongst ourselves to see the danger. With you three dead, Brainiac quickly eliminated the remaining heroes. The lucky ones died fighting.
Yeah, this Luthor came
Finally,
back in time to try and save the Earth.
A rat in the walls of the Brainiac construct. I have
that
traveled
Brainiac
through
has
time
learned
warn
to
you.
steal people's powers and put them into these little
future.
micro robots
And it
called
means the end of
exobytes.
humanity, so together we must change it.
What have you done, Luthor?
Given you a fighting chance.
He's lying. It's some kind of trap. Why should we trust you?
Because if you don't, Earth is doomed. I've stolen Brainiac's exobytes and released them into Earth's atmosphere. They hold the powers stolen from the heroes and villains of my time and will bestow them on anyone they contact. The exobytes will create a new breed of superhuman to fight Brainiac's invasion. You must teach them to use their new abilities, for they must be on the front line in the coming battle, or my grim future will become your own.
I gotta give it up. It's a pretty creative story,
I am not
pretty
too late,
creative way
for I will not be
to
here to see
explain
this
why
new
there are all
future.
these new heroes and
My
villains.
work is not yet done. I must leave this Earth to you. Claim the exobytes and take destiny into your own hands.
Targets identified. Select gender and body type.
Okay, and here we are in the character creation mode. Now, a few things we want to talk about before we get into this is when you start the game as a free player, this game has gone completely free to play now. When it first came out, it was on the membership model, where like Warcraft, when it first came out, the only way to play was to pay a like $15 a month membership fee. They've since gone to free to play with microtransactions. So now there are 3 levels of membership. There is the completely free player, paying nothing. There is the membership, paying the $15 a month, and then there is a preferred. Now that is a free player that bought something along the way. It could be anything, a cosmetic, costume, or a 1-month membership that you've let expire. It doesn't matter, because as soon as you buy one thing, you get that preferred membership and you stay at preferred membership, and that will get you some bonuses. It gets you in through the logging queue faster, and it also has some benefits in the game that you get more rewards than a free-to-play player, but not quite as much as a membership. So if you do like the game, I would suggest getting like a 1-month membership and then letting it expire, because it will let you do some things, and we're going to talk about them here in a moment. We're going to do a custom hero,
Select a personality to
and the
determine social
personality
behavior.
doesn't do anything. It's just how you act when you're standing around doing nothing. You have different poses. It's totally cosmetic.
Select a mentor as a guidelines for data application.
Alright, now your origin, you will get a mentor. And you can see there's 3. There's magic, meta, and tech. If you are a magic hero, your mentor is Wonder Woman. A magic villain, you have Cersei as a mentor. A meta, you have Superman as a mentor for a hero. Lex Luthor as your mentor as a villain. And tech, you have Batman as a mentor for a hero, and the Joker as a mentor for a villain. The only thing this really affects is your introductory missions. Once you get past the first story arc, then you can play all of the hero or all of the villain missions, regardless of what mentor you have, what origin you have. But I like starting off in Gotham. I like having Batman as a mentor. You know, like I said, it is Kevin Conroy doing the voice, and he's just fucking awesome. So we will
Select power
take
core
tech.
from available exobyte data to determine combat role.
All right. Now here, when we get to this selecting a power. This is why I suggested getting a 1-month membership. Because if you're a totally free player, you can choose nature, sorcery, mental powers, ice, fire, and gadgets. That's it. Okay? You go membership for 1 month, it also unlocks light, aka your Green Lantern or Sinestro, electricity, earth powers, quantum, which is like time and space, gravity, celestial, which is another form of like magical healing. Rage would be your red lanterns. Munitions using guns, rocket launchers, atomic power, and the newest one was water. It's also a healing based. So what I recommend is you get the 1 month, and then it unlocks all these other powers for you for 1 month. They do give you multiple character slots. So you can create an earth power, you can create a light power, you can create an electric. And after your 1 month membership is up, the game does not delete your character. Okay, you will still have that character, you will just not be able to make any more. Okay, so I can create electricity now, and in 1 month, I will not be able to create another electricity hero or villain. But because I have them created already while I was a member, they will not delete them. So that's kind of a way to kind of get around that. You know, I will have this character forever by only paying for 1 month. Now every power has 2 roles. Okay, you have every power has the ability to be a damage, a DPS. When you hit level 10, that unlocks the secondary role. Like for nature, you can see there, healer, level 10. Sorcery is also a healer. Mental is a controller, where you stun and slam and throw around your enemies, and you also supply power to your teammates. And then the third one is a tank, which you have heavy defenses, you suck up damage. You're on the first line whenever you're in a team, and you protect the other ones, your other teammates. Like I said, all the way down here to gadgets, those are all the free powers, and you can create those characters anytime you want. But then you get to the light, Green Lanterns or Yellow Lanterns are a controller, as well as DPS. They are very fun to play. They have a lot of cool combinations, and what's different with them is you can use 1 power, and by hitting a correct button combo, you can automatically transition into a second power. You hit a combo at the end of that, you can transition into a third, etc., etc. So you can chain together powers and combos and get reduced cost. Electricity is one of my favorites. It is a healer, but it's also a very, very good DPS. And even if you are not in the quote-quote healer role, if you're still DPS, you still have powers that will heal, that will damage your opponent while healing yourself. There are powers that will damage your opponents while healing 1 other person in your party. There's a third one that will heal 3 people. So you can still be a very effective healer while in the DPS mode. Earth is a tank. It has some pretty cool powers and effects. But Quantum's another cool one. You can really, for a controller, you can throw around large groups of people. It has a lot of area of effect attacks. Celestial is very cool. The animations and powers are awesome. It is a very good healer. but the combos are they're a lot more difficult to master. Rage is another tank, and again, that's going to be based on the Red Lanterns. Munitions is a very fun one if you like going and just blazing away with guns and rocket launchers and stuff like that. That's the one you want to take. Atomic is a very good tank. That its deal is when you cast a power, you can, there are a lot of them, not all, but there are a lot of them that will allow you to cast that power a second time and a third time with the correct combo on your keypad. So you can end up casting the same power 3 times for the price of 1. And as well, Atomic has a lot of self-healing powers. They're not great for the whole team, they won't heal the whole team, but it'll keep your ass alive. You know, I've actually gone in and played an Atomic in 8-man raids, and I've done more healing than the healer of the group. I've done like 1.5 to 2 million healing just to myself. So it is a very, very good one for keeping your own self alive. If you don't have a good healer in your party, or you're doing the solo stuff, Atomic is one of the best ones to go with. And then you have Water, which is also a healer. They do have some very good group healing powers at high level, but they're personally not one of my favorites. But like I said, you can try all these when you're on your 1 month. And as I said, when your membership runs out, you will not lose these characters. They will still remain in your lineup until you delete them. So we're going to go with Electricity. That's one of my favorite ones. And here now you have your different movement modes. Flying, skimming is kind of like Mr. Miracle or Static Shock. You have acrobatics, which will be like Batman climbing up, scaling up the sides of buildings, jumping off using the bat grappling hook. And then you have super speed like the Flash, where you can literally run so fast you can run across water, run up the sides of buildings, etc. I personally like flying. I mean, if you're going to be a hero, man, you might as well fly, right? As well,
Select weapon specialty from available data.
As well, exploration, you find a lot of hidden items in the open world, in the cities, in Metropolis, in Gotham. And flying it's a lot easier to find those things, I found. Again, now we have our weapons, and there are many different ones. Each one has their own combos, their own attacks, and you basically have to kind of experiment with them. Now, when you create a character and you pick, like, you choose this two-handed, and you just, you know, it sucks, you don't like it, you can respec, but it costs a little bit of money. So there's where your 1 month comes in, your 1 month free, that you can make some different characters, try these things out, and if you don't like them, just delete the character. You know, don't get too invested in any one character until you try and find which one really works for you. And then they even have the dual pistols, which works good with the munitions power. You can be a bow master like Green Arrow. Brawling's just hand-to-hand combat. You also have rifle, which also works well with munitions. And then you have the shield, kind of, you can throw it around like Captain America. My personal favorite is the Hand Blasters. Has some of the easiest combos. It's a ranged weapon style, so I can stay back and do damage from a distance. Some of these, like the one-handed, works a lot better when you're up close, melee range. Staff is also primarily a melee weapon. Your pistol and your rifle are also good ranged. Your dual pistols are good ranged weapons. Bow's a good ranged weapon. But each one has their own skill tree.
Display
And,
exabyte
like I
download
said, the one I
summary.
know the best
Appearance options
is
now available. Modify any
is the hand
category as
blaster.
desired. Accept download
Okay,
when
so,
ready.
so now we're going to get in here. We can still change any of this stuff. You can be a villain just as quickly as you can be a hero. I like being a villain just because the Watchtower is a lot easier to navigate than the Hall of Doom. But we're going to go in here and check out and modify our guy here. And you can see there are lots of different ways to customize hairstyles. You can't really customize the face, but you can customize the hairstyle and like facial hair for men. You can also be women characters. And so I always try to make my character look like me. And yeah, that's pretty close. Skin we're not going to change. Now when you pick your initial costume setup, you're basically just unlocking styles. Every piece of equipment that you get in-game, whether you buy it, find it, beat someone down, and get it as a reward, each piece of equipment has a style attached to it. And these are the different styles, like formal, full cross. And once you unlock a style, it does not matter what piece of equipment you have equipped. You can choose the style independently, so you can choose what your character is going to look like regardless of what armor or equipment they're wearing. Like say Diablo or Diablo 3, whenever you changed equipment, it changed appearance, and you did not have a choice of what that appearance was. Here you do. But there are a few things you can only really get when you are in the initial style, and so I like to take them even if I don't use them. This is totally cosmetic, and one right here is the ruined hood. You have the face, you can have different glasses, goggles, visors, and you can even get the glowing eyes, like kind of like Superman with the heat vision. But there's a lot of different ones, like the Nick Fury eye patch, you know, clown mask for a villain, and then and you can unlock a lot of these styles in game as well. You will get so much equipment by the time you reach max level that you will have tons of these styles unlocked. So we're going to just go with emissive eyes. You can pick an emblem, whether it just be like a letter or a symbol, or like lightning bolts. Since we are electric, yeah, we'll go ahead and go with lightning bolts. The one I always like to take with the chest is the trench coat. Just because it's kind of cool looking, it gives you kind of like a Neo looking effect. So we'll take that. You also have things you can have on your back, a backpack, capes. There's a different backpack, like a quiver for like your Green Arrow characters. And again, the wings, bird wings, demon wings, like tech wings, like kind of like robotic. But since we have the trench coat, I usually don't take any. Again, hands, you can really customize how your character looks, but then like I said, you can buy a lot of these styles, and you will unlock the styles by getting the equipment too. Now waist, this is one thing with the trench coat, it does not show a belt style, so it really doesn't matter. Legs, again, you can go anywhere from like normal looking jeans to very like superhero-y. You can take street, So there are many combinations and shorts. But we're just going to pick this one. And then again with the boots. And you, like I said, you will unlock a lot of these by getting equipment. So alright, so now we want to go in and adjust the colors. First was the hair, and since I am the gray-haired gamer, okay, you can see on the right there that which one is lit up to pick the primary color. And then you also pick the intensity and the brightness. So I am the gray-haired gamer, so I'm going to take no intensity, but a lot of brightness, and there we have our white. Okay, our eyes. We want to go. Want to go like a yellow because the power colors are yellowish. There we go. And now our costume. Now you can do in each individual piece, or you can do what's called a palette, which will make a theme for all of them. So we're going to make our primary color black. Go back up, select our second color. And we're going to make that like a yellowish gold. Not too bright. And then our third color we're gonna I'm used to playing this on PC, so you gotta forgive me. I'm still getting used to playing on console. We'll do like a white. Okay, good enough for now.
Download successful.
Now we want to give them a name. Now you cannot copy someone else's name on your server, so you want to get creative with things. What I've found really helps is to put like a 0 at the beginning and end of the name, or 00, and it creates like a different variation on a name. See if we try to do like amp, since we're electric, named already taken, okay? But if we put like 00 amp 00, now that name is free. We can use that. So you want to use like the variations. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. There is a tutorial that gives you basic combat, like how to block, how to, use your range attacks, things like that. If it is your very first time playing it, it's not a bad thing to go through that. Or you can spend real money and skip to level 25, or you can spend a lot of real money and get your character to the max. But this is kind of misleading because it only gives you gear. Your combat rating, like how it goes, is you start off a level 1 character and you go to level 30. Then you are considered graduated. You become a member of the Justice League or the Hall of Doom. And then you're like an official hero or official villain. All the way up to level 30 is just unlocking your powers and going through the stories. From then on, how badass your character is based on your combat rating, or CR. And that is completely based on your gear. Okay? So if you would go and skip this to combat rating 290, they would give you all the gear to make you 290, but you would miss out on all the skill points that you collect along the way. And skill points, as we find out as we go along, are just as important to making a powerful character as the gear itself. So I personally wouldn't do that, especially your first time. The story arcs are really cool, really fun, and you're going to miss out on all that if you skip. Even if you skip the level 25, you're going to miss all that. So for first time, I would not do any of that. But we are going to skip the tutorial. I've been through that many times.
Earth.
And now we're going to have one more little movie,
The
which you
center
can
of the
also skip
multiverse.
out of.
It will belong to Brainiac. I do not plan an invasion.
Yeah, Brainiac
rather
is
an
the
assimilation.
overall big
I have
bad.
identified key junctions in Earth's vast nexus of knowledge. These I will capture and digitize first.
And in fact, the tutorial is
Of
that
course,
you
some
were
non-essential information may be captured as well.
a new hero or a new villain,
This will be sorted
and you were
purged
captured by
once the
Brainiac.
digitizing is complete.
And you
Earth's
wake up in a
resistance
test
is not
tube
concerned.
on a Brainiac ship, and you have to break your way out and escape.
There is no intellect strong enough, or power brutal enough to resist me. Soon this planet and all it contains will be mine. Intriguing. There is an anomaly in Earth's atmosphere. Beginning analysis. These exobytes
Yeah, these are the
my own
exobytes.
technology, each one holding unknown stores of digitized power from Earth's future. My harvester ships will simply reclaim the data provided by these exobytes and seal Earth's fate. This is
And
a
like
new
I said, this is
obstacle.
where the tutorial starts. You are in one of these
humans
tubes,
resist
and you
my
wake up,
assimilation.
break
My
out.
conversion units cannot hold them. Let the humans use their powers. In the end, they too will belong to
And you have to
Brainiac.
fight your way through the ship, destroying stuff and Brainiac robots along the way until you finally get your first team up with Superman, and you fight Brainiac and escape his ship. And then you teleport into where we're going to go as one of the safe houses. Now, safe house for a hero is a police station, and a safe house for a villain. And the shutting down the world in 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? They're resetting the servers. Okay, so we're going to have to cut this one a little bit short, but we're still going to talk about a few things. Yeah, safe house for a hero is the police stations. For a villain, it's a nightclub. And what they've done recently is they big changes I want to touch on. Why this game is so appealing now. Like I said, when they started, it was pure membership. Now it's free to play. About a month ago, they have taken all of their story content and made it all free to play. So now you have solo missions, duos, which are 2-man. They have 4-man and 8-man raids. And before, you had to spend money, unlock each little bit of content. Now that is all free to play. So you have tons and tons of content to play. And as well, as the game got older, the population started declining. And so to play the big raids like the 8-man raids, it got very difficult to find 7 other people, even with computer matchmaking, playing or wanting to play the exact same raid as you. They've now integrated an AI combat buddy system where you can unlock, with time, up to 3 AI controlled buddies to run with you. So where before you could get into the single player raids by yourself, yeah, no problem. But duos, duos were okay because you could usually find one other person to go with you. But to find 3 other people for the 4-man, and to find 7 people to do the 8-man was damn near impossible. But now with this AI buddy system, if you fully unlock yours, and there'll be you and your 3 AI, now you can automatically run the 1-man, the 2-man, and the 4-man raids all by yourself. And you only need to find one buddy with his 3 AI, and you can run the 8-man. So that was a huge positive change in this game. We did get a gift. What did we get? There was a... Oh, this is new. Dr. Fate's Daily Rewards. Okay, this is copied off of other games where every day you sign in, you get a different reward. That's very cool. And then you get granted items. Yeah, they just had the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary, and you can see we got tech wings, glimmer wings, a lot of cosmetic style items. Oh, we got a chroma pack, which chroma packs take your normal style and changes the texture. So you can really... Oh, we got a new hideout. Feet. Wow, all kind of cool shit. Okay, it looks like we did... Oh, we still got some to go here. So that was very cool. But yeah, it'll take your normal costume and apply a different texture. Usually like metallic. You can get some very cool combinations. Some very cool patterns. Looks like space fields. Things like that. So you have tons of character customization. Not only with the styles, but now with the texture packs. So they're going to shut down the server on us. So we're going to have to hold off our first missions until after the server resets. I know it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it does keep the server free. Keeps it from lagging out. They only do this once a day, so it's not a huge deal. So we will be back later, and we'll continue on with our brand new hero and his powers and our adventures in Gotham City, helping the Dark Knight. We're going to first take down Scarecrow. So until then, I'm the Gray-Haired Gamer. Thanks for joining us. Please tune in to episode 2, where we, like I said, we'll start exploring Gotham and start seeing some of the cool things you can do out in the big open worlds. If you want to check out any of our other videos, you can check us out on Twitch. You can check us out on YouTube. And while you're there, go ahead, smash that like button, smash that thumbs up, help the channel out, and help us keep bringing out this good content. So until then, I'm the Gray-Haired Gamer. Take care, and keep Gotham safe, hero. We'll see you soon.